Our trunk or treat is tonight here at the radio station. That is the event I was so wrong on last year, and the event that has made me given me my moniker of the Two Hump Grump in our weekly meeting.
Yeah, I think when they write the history of this building, this company, these radio stations, that you will have a giant chapter.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I suppose there's some comfort in that, but you'll be not the villain of the piece, but
no.
But a non-sympathetic figure.
Close.
Of course. I'll be an unlikable character because what happened was last year, Matt over in promotions, he said, we're going to do a trick-or-treating event for kids in the parking lot here with food trucks.
The week before Halloween, and everyone in this room said the same thing. No one's going to show.
And I told him, I was in the meeting, I spearheaded, I said, this is awful. I said, you're going to be fired for this.
A radio station parking lot?
Yeah.
Not even Halloween night?
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Stupid.
I said, that's so stupid. Weather could be dicey. I told him, that's going to be awful. We're going to be standing there with our thumbs in the wind. Only I didn't say thumbs.
And you didn't say wind either.
No.
That's
We're going to be standing there with our fists up our...
That's closer.
I said, it's going to be like 6 of us out there all working here.
And then the day came.
Oh, and then I said, and all the homeless guys will be coming back for candy.
Right. Chase them off.
Right. And then the day came, and I was in here stewing away. I had a huge fight with my wife, a huge fight, because she was saying, blah, 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 this. And she was on the phone with me, and blah, 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 that. And I said and then our sales associate, Martha, remember that?
Yes.
So very, very
Just
awkward.
moments before the doors opened.
That's right. This was last year, right before Halloween, and we were doing the trunk or treat. And moments before doors open and the crowds were let into our parking lot, I had a huge blow up. I don't even remember what it was about. But
I don't remember what it was about, but I think I remember your line because Martha and I were standing in the hallway, and we kept getting further and further away from you. And you were like, what do you want me to do about it?
Right. She kept complaining about something. It was like, again, something completely out of my control. I was like, well, what do you want? She was like, well, I guess I just wanted some sympathy. And so I was like, well, I don't know what you want. I don't have, And so I said, I got to do this thing where there's going to be 6 of us standing there with our fists up our butts. Goodbye. And I slammed down the phone. And then I turned, and there was a wide-eyed Martha. I was like, hey, Martha, happy Halloween.
That was my wife.
That's right.
Yes.
And then we opened the doors to go out, and lo and behold, there were 1,000 children. And I was like, what's going on here? Why are there people here? And that was last year's trunk or treat, and it was a huge event.
Unbelievable.
But I was my wife was in my head, and so I couldn't even enjoy it. And I was like, I tell you what.
You yelled at me.
Oh, yeah.
Because you told me to go work, because you were like, ain't nobody going to be here. Go back inside. Go back inside.
I said,
I'm inside here. I don't hear anything in my little closet room.
Yes.
So I'm just in here working away, and I come out, and you're like, where you been? You told me not to worry about it and go back inside.
That's right. I told you to work. And remember, my wife ruined Spooktacular 5 or 6 years ago when the kids were trick-or-treating. It was the worst fight I've ever had with her. I had been all day long, work, and here and there. Racing all over town, getting things done. And then her sister and her sister's husband came over with the kids, and I took them out trick-or-treating. Okay, we walked around the whole neighborhood. Now I'm just as dead tired as I can get. And I come home, and there's my brother-in-law sitting out in the living room alone. And I go into the bedroom, and she's taking a nap on the bed. And I said, you better get up and do something. And boy, we had it out. Oh, my God. That's probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
2 big fights this time of year.
Yeah.
This time of year.
Well, it's because you let things stew all year.
That's right.
And then you get it out before the holiday season.
Yes.
But it's always right around Halloween.
Yes.
And the lines you use are always what are said right before the gunshot.
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah. What do you want me to do about it? Bang!
Well, your family's sitting out there by themselves.
I did say that. I said,
why don't you get up and do something?
That's your family. I have been working all day, and I come home and you're asleep. I literally said, and you're asleep while they're out there in the living room. I mean, I was fit to be done 5 years ago. It still plays over in my mind sometimes.
That's the best thing about you.
Exactly. So then after last year's amazing trunk or treat event,
We've never been more wrong.
never been
about
more
an event.
I mean, and happily so, because everybody there had a great time except me, and because it was just candy and
Happy children and
food,
families.
a DJ playing Thriller and Monster Mash, and people dancing and everything. And we all looked at it like, I can't believe this event. I mean, looked over at Matt from promotions. He's just grinning from ear to ear, and I'm like, yeah, this should not have been a success.
Yeah.
This radio station is located in the worst part of town possible, and we had children from all areas come out and just enjoy, and it was nothing but fun and frivolity.
Streets had to be shut down from
right.
so many people waiting.
That's right.
It became a traffic concern.
So, week later, we recap in the meeting, and everyone says what a wonderful thing it was. And they're all looking at me like, yeah, you said it was going to be a huge failure, and it was wonderful. And then they said,
You're just picking at your cold potato salad in the
that's
meeting.
Right, that's right. And then they said, now next year we're going to change it. So we're going to add food trucks, and we're going to shut down the street, and we're going to do this. And they said, and then everybody said, do we agree on that? And everyone's like, oh yeah. And I said, don't change a thing. I said, don't you dare change one thing. Don't add. Don't do. It was perfect the way it was. And then, and we got into a big fight over it. And I said, y'all are crazy. You should never, ever, mark my words, don't change anything. Well, they've changed a bunch of stuff. You know, tonight's going to be different.
The day of the reckoning is
The day of
here.
the reckoning's here, and we'll just see.
You don't secretly hope that it's a flop, do you?
That's private. That's private thoughts amongst me and myself, and I will not say one way or the other what I'll be like a politician on that. You know, I'll just dodge the question here during the debate. And so we'll just see tonight. Good weather expected tonight, and they're already saying we're getting so much chatter online. I said, oh yeah, we'll
They're
see.
already lining up. I'd like to see it.
And that, above anything else, is why they call me the two-hump grump in that meeting. And why when I leave that meeting every week, there's a big old cheer that goes up.
Yeah. It used to be silent. Now now they do it out loud.
Okay, he's gone. He's gone. That's a good thing, you know, to get rid of
Just
me.
gales of laughter as soon as you leave the room.
That's right.
I wonder, because this week's meeting is also an employee costume contest.
That's right.
Now, you have to attend the meeting.
Yes,
I don't think you have a costume.
I do not. Unless I'm going as a tired old DJ,
Well,
beaten down by life.
Or failed podcast host.
yeah.
I'm recording my podcast today.
I know.
I'm glad you said that. I'll be back. While everybody's preparing for trunk or treat, I'll be in here.
Well, that's my that was my question: is, are you going to try to ruin the costume contest?
Yes, I am.
We should be working. This is a work day.
What is all this frivolity?
Another thing I do. Yeah, today there's a costume contest. I've never come in costume. And then others do come in costume, and everybody goes, oh, it's so much fun. And I say,
You're so creative.
you should be working. You shouldn't be.
You know what you're in danger of doing? There's at least one person in this company who's known for actually doing some pretty good Halloween costumes.
Couple people.
And
yeah.
his theme is he dresses up as other people in the company.
Oh, God. He may
He may dress up as you.
It's possible. He could dress as me today.
You know, the angry pickleballer or the grumpy coworker.
The grumpy DJ.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you're happy when you're playing pickleball, so that's not a good costume.
True.
You need to be grumpy coworker.
I was invited for a game tonight, and I can't do it because of trunk
You
or
have a
treat.
commitment.
Well, I told my wife, I was like, I might fake sick to get out of trunk or treat and go play pickleball because I've got like pickleball royalty playing tonight. All the greats, all the greats.
The
are there.
A-list.
Yes, the A-listers are playing tonight. I was invited, but I already said, no, I have to work. I'm doing a work event, which is a trunk or treat. But I told the wife, man, I could make myself vomit and tell everybody I'm going on home.
You could stuff your face with candy and literally get sick.
I could try that. Why not? Why not?
We have not been able to find the candy.
You're not finding candy?
Well, no, I mean in the building, right?
Oh,
Because
here.
we must have hundreds, if not thousands, of candy.
We have an unbelievable amount. It's hidden somewhere.
Have to because
I've
of
heard the dollar figure number.
and
Yeah.
the crowds expected tonight are
Right.
huge. Although I said
But we've not seen it.
I said don't change a thing because no crowds will show up. A lot of social media buzz that I don't know anything about.
What would you be hurt if you told them you weren't coming tonight and everyone just went, all right?
Yes.
Like, because my first thought was, go ahead.
Don't come.
Yeah.
I may say to those guys, I just can't make it tonight. They probably would say, oh, thank God. Inside of me, thank God.
Okay.
Old doom
I will miss you.
Yeah, old doom and gloom is out of there. The gray clouds have literally cleared up. He's gone away.
Maybe that's what the person could be. Our coworker could dress up with like a paper cloud
Above.
stuck over his head.
A rainstorm, because that's
That's
how
you.
That's how I walk around.
Mr. Gloom.
Gloom and doom all the time. My wife says we're not even buying candy this year because we didn't get a single trick-or-treater last year. And I said, well, shouldn't I pick up a bag just in case? And she said, no, not going to do that. And I said, well, what do we do if we get a trick-or-treater we're not expecting? And she says, I'm turning the light off. We're not even participating this year because we didn't.
That's kind of the universal code. I mean, if the lights are out.
I was very surprised, though, that we didn't get any last year. And I thought because there are some kids on the street around the corner, but I guess either they're too old or they just go somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah.
People doing different things.
Well, and I'll tell you, the more I see, the more like what we have tonight. Trunk or treats are becoming
They're big
things. And I don't blame parents.
It's a safe environment.
It's a safe, consolidated area.
Yeah, you don't have to go all
You're
in.
not walking through the neighborhood chasing kids.
Yeah.
You're just hitting, places right in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You get a bag full of candy. Kids are happy. They get to wear a costume.
Yes.
You're done.
I just read the rules of trick-or-treating. These should be ironclad, no breaking them.
Is this for all involved? The
Yes.
children or the adults?
Yes, all families, everyone who's going to do it, here are the rules. And we've said many of these before. If you're old enough to drive yourself trick-or-treating, you're too old to trick-or-treat. I mean, no question.
That's accurate.
I think 14, the cutoff, 13.
Yeah, that's about when I stopped.
Now, my kids are coming tonight to the trunk or treat because I saw so many teenagers last year. And so I said, well, it's just a fun environment.
Are they going to be dressed as silent teenagers?
I said you have to dress up as something. And so we'll see what my son looks like tonight. We'll
I didn't know he was joining us.
Yes, he'll be joining us tonight.
What up, pimp?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yes.
Instead of saying trick or treat, what does he say? Keep it real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up?
Sup?
That'll be it.
Sup?
That's right. That's the next thing. Children must say trick or treat to get, not just hold out their bag or say, what's up?
I have seen a few kids come to our door that are terrified.
Yes.
And they're a little on the shy side, but usually they're with a group, and someone will at least try.
Try to do a trick or treat. Yeah. Then the next rule for trick or treating is you do it on Halloween. There should be no debate. It's Halloween. It's October 31st. Don't care what day of the week. It's whatever day it is. That's it. It's October 31st every year.
We do that too. Mm-hmm. However, our neighborhood has decided to do the afternoon parade, the costume parade,
Saturday
on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Surprise.
I know.
That's a surprise. Yeah. I have people, of course, for years people have said, why don't we do it the last Saturday in October? That way which I kind of supported. But the truth is, when I was growing up, there was never any talk. It was just Halloween.
Halloween.
Go out on Halloween. That's right. Next, ironclad rule of Halloween. Trick-or-treating should be from roughly 6:15 to 8:30. After that, forget it. It's done. Darkness has set in. That's it. We have had them after 9:15 or so, but turn your light off.
Yeah.
One year we turned the light off and somebody rang the doorbell like 9:15.
You still have those people. That when I had a house, that used to happen to me. I just never answered.
Exactly. Why would you?
Yeah.
You know? Exactly.
But then you're cowering in your house.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've done that many times, especially this year.
That's true.
I've done a house cower on the floor of my closet with a football helmet on this year.
That was the Pine Straw incident. Day 2?
That was day 2. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone will have that costume tonight.
Man.
The haunted Pine Straw man.
If somebody comes as Jaquantavius now, I know something.
Well,
That's
more
not
I was
right.
thinking they could put on a football helmet and come as you with like a bat.
Had that too.
Yeah.
Rough year.
Like one of those miniature
Yeah.
replica bats
Yeah.
and
Chris
a cell
Kelly
phone.
hiding.
Help!
Lisa.
That's my attorney I was on the phone with. Can you please call police? I can't even call police. I'm so upset.
What's your emergency? There's a man.
What else? That's it.
He rang my doorbell. He won't stop ringing my doorbell.
Do you owe him money? Kinda.
You didn't cancel a check on him, did you?
I did.
I know you're in there. He kept saying that. I know you're in there. I was literally in the closet, crisscross applesauce, soiling myself with a helmet,
Your Bronco
a Bronco
helmet.
football replica helmet on my head. Ironclad Halloween rule. Have two bowls of candy. One with good stuff for kids in costume who really care. The other is crap candy for kids not in costume who just go as sullen teenagers. Give them the candy that's no good.
Nah.
I never do
we
that.
have one bowl.
Absolutely. I never, ever do that.
Only thing I don't like is when I see, I'll even give the older kids something, but occasionally I'll have the parent come up.
Well, what if...
Like with holding a baby?
I've seen that, and I don't mind the holding the baby. I mean, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
The 1-year-old's not getting candy.
Well, I've had babies at like 3 months.
Yeah,
Like, don't forget, there was a girl, I forget her name. It's like, don't forget heaven. That was her name. Don't forget heaven here. Like,
Here's your Snickers, Mom.
Yeah, right.
But I've seen parents like kind of dressed up with their own little like side bag, like with their kid, and I'm like,
Come on now.
I don't like that.
Not for us, no. Although I'll tell you, I might dip my hand into the candy bucket tonight. I need a little something, you know?
That's right. Those of you who bought salmon futures last week after Kelly said he was going to eat healthy, we apologize for you losing all your investments.
I'm off that. I'm back to tearing it up with Diet Coke and so forth. I'm trying not to have a blow up with my wife this year. You know, it's ruined so many spooktaculars before. Hand out candy only. No little trinkets, no raisins, nothing healthy. Just do chocolates or sour gummies. That's what the kids want. Just give it to them. It's one day.
I think I told you our breakdown this year. I went 2/3 chocolate and then 1/3 sour sweet tart kind of thing.
Do you get many trick or treaters?
Yes,
you do now. You used to not. Now you
correct.
do.
Yeah, we're in a neighborhood street now, and it's the neighborhood kids all come, and then we get the out of neighborhood kids too.
Yeah, and so we moved from an area where we used to get a ton to none. But I told the wife, I was like, let me go by Costco and just get a bag. Just in case, they got that great mix there at Costco, man.
But she's right. You know what it's going to be. It's just going to be you.
Daddy's candy.
Just Daddy's candy at that
And
point.
you know what else I read? I don't know if you have this further on in your rules, but I did see some other, maybe a different type of list, but it's like, don't give out peanut or peanut butter candy.
Because of allergies?
Because there's so many common allergies nowadays, and half the stuff we got is Reese's and Snickers.
How can it not be? I mean, that is the stuff. And if you have a peanut allergy as a child, can't the parent then say, or the kids say...
yes, the parent should intercept.
I have a peanut...
Once it's at the house.
Once it's at the house. Or you can even say, trick or treat, I have a peanut allergy.
Oh. There's a gummy worm.
Didn't they have like a special
teal?
Is that it? A
teal
bowl
pumpkin.
that I have an allergy?
A teal pumpkin.
I thought that was for something else.
I thought teal pumpkin was, we recognize allergies in this house and we will give you...
But it wasn't just for peanut allergies, though, was it? I thought teal was something else.
There was something about teal a few years ago. I've never done it, but yes, I thought it was for allergies. It might not have been. But if you say trick or treat, I have a peanut allergy, then I'll reach in for something. I'll give you a milk chocolate bar only, or gummy candies, or whatever it might be. You could go that way. I'll tell you this: I've never encountered. This is the next ironclad rule of trick or treating. If you see a kid who comes to your house for the second time, you call him out and do not give him candy. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Have you? I don't believe I have.
I don't think so. Not that I can recall.
I wouldn't. And honestly, I wouldn't know.
Well, I sure know about it at our prize wheel. If somebody comes to try to spin the prize wheel second time, I'll call them out and say, hey, man, we don't. That's not what we do. You get one free spin at the prize wheel. I'll note that tonight, too, by the way, when we're at trunk or treating. Bonker, you're talking about trick or treating, the ironclad rules, candy. Go ahead.
So I live on a street in Troy that I'm the only street that gives out candy. So we have to have like 350 pieces of candy, like a lot of candy, because you run out halfway through, and that's like 2 pieces per kid.
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow.
Do you find that toward the end of the night you're just giving out 1 piece per kid?
Sometimes, but a lot of times, if it's like the very end of the night, like 11, we have like this one group that comes like late at night, and I'll give them the rest of the candy. They get lucky.
11 o'clock. Wow.
No.
Wow. I kind of like having the busy night on Halloween. It's fun to give out the candy, I think. That is 11 o'clock. And
that's too late.
By the way, that's the next ironclad rule. 2 pieces of candy. That's what the kids should get, too. I'm one, and I'll hand out a handful. And thank you very much, Bonker. I would take at least 5 or 6 and just drop it in the bag. And my wife gets mad at that because then we're out by the end of the night. It's gone. And the last is if you're trick or treating with your 3 or 4 year old child, don't let that child go to the door alone. They're only 3. You stand right behind them. That's true. That's when you get a scared trick or treater who's only 3 or 4 because they don't really understand the concept just yet.
Not quite.
No. There's a comedian I heard today. It's about Halloween as well. His name is Greg Brent, and he talks about my dad used to do this. He would get full size candy bars instead of bite size stuff. Which
that's the dream, man. Your dad was the most popular one in the neighborhood. I bet.
It was my mom. My mother did that. My dad got
you knew that house because it was rare.
Full size.
What a dream! It is the dream.